What else? What else was? That might be it. Dame Dash. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I love Dame Dash though. I think Dame Dash spearheaded this whole movement about everybody caring about what they own. Because these days, I see artists these days like they're like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm not saying Dame Dash inspired him, but shit. Remember Meek's post? Remember Meek's post for a couple weeks ago? Like Meek's like, yo, I'm independent now. I see mad artists want to stay independent. You feel me? Like, look, what Meek say? What Meek say? Look at this. Meek's, and by the way, I'm gonna give some credit to Meek. I think Meek, even though I criticize him sometimes for the bunny hopping, I don't like the bunny hopping. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't like the bunny hopping. The bunny hopping is not what I like. Because I never seen a billionaire bunny hop for Meek. So when I see Meek bunny hopping for them and I never seen them embarrass themselves, I look at it like it doesn't seem equal. But I'm gonna be honest, I do think Meek is a better businessman hanging around the people he do hang around with. He got lids. I've seen him do some strategic partnerships. He's starting to put his money in certain places. He's trying to position himself kind of like, as a businessman. And I know Meek's a street nigga, but like he's doing some good shit when it comes to being a businessman. I've seen him call out certain people for not paying equity, even though I think that, that might be a little bit too late. Like, I mean? I don't think he would do those deals again. Like, I think he used to wear a certain type of, and pause on this, there was an underwear company. I can't remember what it was. And it was just like, yo, I'm not fucking with this company because we support this company a lot as artists. Like, people start wearing it because they probably see me, my picture, like, I'm sagging. They can see the brand of underwear I'm wearing. They start buying the underwear. And we try to do business with these people, but these people not treating us like real partners or people who are really more than ambassadors, people who are making a brand. I like all that when it comes to Meek. And I think he's gotten smarter when it comes to that. So that's why when he says he's going independent, I'm going to see how hard Meek's willing to work. Meek's in his not 15th, definitely not 15th. He's in his like 13th, 14th year in music. If Meek could really keep like, and by the way, he just dropped some shit. Meek just dropped some shit right now. If Meek could keep the pressure on and like just keep like, he said he was going to drop 10 projects. If he could do that, I think whatever goal he was probably thinking about is going to happen. And let me, I'm going to play what he just dropped. Here we go. Y'all tell me if this, I seen somebody in the chat that said, yo, Ak, why the fuck you always talking about Meek? Nobody cares. Let me tell you this, because Meek Mill should be the East Coast version of what Gotti's doing. He should be the New York, the Northeast version of what Gotti's doing. I'm telling you, Meek Mill was the hottest street nigga. And what I mean, let's not even say hottest street nigga. He, for a nigga like Future in the South, even though, sometimes people could categorize Future not just as a street nigga because he does a lot more stuff. But for a nigga like Future in the South, Meek was out for the East. YG had a short run. No disrespect to YG. YG had a short run where YG was a street nigga, like the quintessential #1 street nigga that's mainstream for the West. Meek, of anybody in the culture, has had the longest street run. Let's keep it 100. Even if we want to call what Dirk is doing now a street run, Dirk is a year in. Let's be honest. Dirk is a year in. Maybe a year and a half. Mid-20, like late 2020. Shit start happening, right? He started really getting really popping. Till now. Dirk is a year in. Yo, Meek really had like about 2014, 2013. Meek owned that whole summer. Going really all the way to like 2020. Now, granted, of course, he had to beef with Drake this and third, but what I'm trying to say is that the reason why I do look at Meek interesting, because I know any nigga who's a street dude that's coming up in the East Coast, especially the Northeast, their only example of a street nigga who's been on and been mad successful that they could try to emulate has been Meek. Let's just be honest. So when I look at him now, I'm looking at him as an OG. So not only was, by the way, he got Vori signed to him. I think Vori's a pretty good artist. I'm looking at Meek in terms of other shit as well. I'm looking at Meek to be like, yo, Even if Meek never get back as hot as selling 200,000, he's already a legend, right? And I'm just being objective, right? But also, I know everybody who's coming up doing street music on the Northeast Coast looks up to Meek. So you always got to keep an eye on what he's doing, because it's just like Chief Keef when it comes to Chicago. No matter what Chief Keef doing now, Chief Keef laid a blueprint for mad niggas. You know what I mean? Niggas got on because they was watching Chief Keef, nigga. There's still niggas doing that. Same thing with Meek. That's all I'm saying. All right? Anyway, that was more of a singing type of record he put up. He did put up this other record. Let me see if I can find it. He put up this record where he was rapping more. It was on his Instagram. Let me see if I can find it. And by the way, again, you know, I've said recently that me and Meek, we not at it like that no more. We follow each other. I look at this shit. And musically, I'm gonna be objective with it. You feel me? I'm gonna give him credit too. I think Meek has stopped with some of the, like, what people might call the bozo activity on Twitter. He's more talking ownership. I don't see him doing some of the petty dumb shit as of late. Which by the way, I think some of Meek Mill's tweets, like I know the whole Twitter finger shit or whatever, it caused people to like him less. And I think he's kind of chilled off of that. And I think he has a battery in his back trying to like, you know, build back or prove niggas wrong. And I'm here to see if he will do it. Now, if he fails, I'll be honest. I'll tell you, I'll be like, yeah, he tried, he ain't do it. But I see him trying to put out records. I think this is a song. This is a song? Hey, I'm just trying to tell y'all, I'm keeping an eye on Meek. And the reason I'm keeping an eye on him, because I do believe, you know, and what also happens, you know, I was thinking about the Wayne Drake. I don't know, people are like, oh, you always talk about Drake. The Wayne Drake dynamic, but not only Wayne Drake, I was thinking about Kendrick, and I was even thinking about Jay. Bro, the biggest rappers, or the rappers who end up selling like over 200, with the exception of like, I think Future did it. Did Future do it? I think he did once. With the exception of Future and like Travis Scott, which are like, you know, anomalies. The rest of the niggas who have ever been at near the top of rap, one thing you could always say about all those figures, whether it was, you know, Wayne when he was just like, you know, the number one, Drake, obviously Kendrick, obviously Cole, obviously like, you know, Jay, obviously anyone you could kind of put in that mix, you usually say one thing about all those people. Them niggas could rap. And one of the reasons I don't count Meek out is because I think that nigga could really rap. I like, you know, like I don't want to compare him because I don't want to diss no other rapper. But there's a lot of street dudes who I think their shit is hot off melody and just saying sensational shit. Yo, I shot his whole family up. And you know there was a shoot last week that TMZ just covered. Like, bro, that shit gonna be hot whether it got any type of lyricism to it or not. I think Meek could rap. If you listen to Meek on the Phone Flex freestyle, I think that nigga could rap. So I don't count niggas like that out, but I have to see if Meek is gonna be dedicated, because I think Meek, you know, 15 years in the game is hard to like really do what you normally do. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, nigga, I remember to this day, I still think about a former time when, yo, I used to put out 7 YouTube videos a day. Think about that. Nigga, I might be doing 7 a week right now. If that. You get what I mean? It's like, bro, when you're grinding, your work ethic is so much. Now when you got a million things to do, and it's not just laziness, because I, like, you know, I don't think I've been lazy. It's just that now I got million things. Yo, I have 3 to 4 Zoom calls from Monday to every Monday to Wednesday. 3 to 4 Zoom calls. I got to think about podcasts. I got to think about meetings with partnership people. I got to like do some label calls. Like usually now I got some association or people or managers or artists that might know me. They're trying to like, yo, like there's so much shit going on compared to when I used to do 7 videos a day. All I had to do was just make videos. You know what I mean? But with success and with getting further in the game, there's a lot more you have to do. I have a cool partnership I'm about to launch soon. I've been doing mad meetings about trying to get it together. These are things that take time. So like I know sometimes you're probably wondering like, what the fuck is Act doing? Like he's not streaming as much. He's not putting out his videos as much. We don't see more. What's going on? Bro, like there's just many other things going on. Shit, people trying to pitch me book deals, all type of stuff. It's like, bro, the work is always happening, but now it's not what you guys normally are used to, which is like 7 videos a day, which I used to do, right? So it's the same thing with Meek. Like Meek is doing justice reform. He got all type of other businesses. Like money's going all over the place. It's hard to just drop music. So again, I watch if he does that. Anyway,